our next battle.
No worries. We're about on schedule. We're maybe a couple minutes behind, but
We're
not too bad.
five behind right now, I think.
That's fine. We'll be okay.
Yeah.
All right, Zath, talk to me about the BLOF lineup here on Northern Waters.
All right, so BLOF has brought Yamato and Ohio, so they want 18 inches or nothing. They've got Moskva, Stalingrad, Des Moines, and Salem. Interesting to bring the Salem with that little T-Rex radar. And they've got Marceau, Shimakaze, and Vampire Deuce, as you like to call it.
Yes, I love seeing Vampire Deuces. I want more Vampire Deuce. Give me
Yes,
all the Vampire Deuce.
Raptors all
From the
about that
south,
V Deuce.
indeed, opposing them from the south, flying the flag of KAG is Shikishima, Ohio, Des Moines, Venezia, Moskva. Also going for Destroyer here, Zath,
Mm,
Daring, Shimakaze, Holland, and Ragnar. Now, Ragnar kind of walks that line between cruiser and destroyer. She fills a destroyer spot, but she's really kind of a little pocket light cruiser, if we're honest. She certainly has light cruiser guns and light cruiser health. From the north, BLOF using the Marceau speed to dive right into the B cap. We'll have to see if he can hold on to it. Probably will. It looks like the Moskva and Des Moines radar are going to be well out of range. They're not going to be able to stop him from that. Both teams going for an AC split here. 5 red ships, 5 green ships headed to C. 4 red ships, 3 green ships headed to A, with that
mm,
lone green Marceau working in the middle of the board.
right. I kind of like the decision to back into B cap there. I think that's good.
Yes. No, with Marceau speeds, that's absolutely the way you want to play this. That gives him the ability to just floor it out of there if he needs to. But the good news is that he won't need to. The Moskva's 15 kilometers away. The Des Moines is 14 kilometers away. Yeah, the Marceau's going to pick this up easy now. Onosi's daring is making revolutions. He's turned around, going back to the B cap from the southwest, but he's kind of slowing down. I think he's going to let him grab it and leave before he tries to get in there himself.
Sorry, I'm just running into an issue here trying to solve that. But
Not a problem.
oh God, look at A. 3 against 1?
Well, yes and no. The Shimakaze is close. He does have backup. Let's see. Is he in radar range of Squishy's Des Moines yet? He's not.
No,
He's
just
hanging about a
outside.
kilometer. In fact, does he even know Squishy's there? He might not even know
Yes.
Squishy is
Nope.
there.
He was
They caught a
spotted.
glimpse of
That's
him?
that's the
Okay.
reason why Watch and Barreto turned away, because he
Okay.
detected that Des Moines said, "I want none of this."
I mean, even if you didn't spot Squishy, that the southern corner of that island in about G3 is a super popular place to put a radar cruiser. So you have
Yeah,
to assume there's one there, whether he's been
absolutely.
spotted at the start of a match, whether he's
Mm.
spotted or not.
Yep. I like
Now,
that.
Squishy is going to be taking a Shimakaze torpedo here if he's not careful. He's going to swing his
No.
bow at, nope, right out of range. Look at that. So that's 12-kilometer
Mm.
Shimakaze there for watching.
Yep. Bellamy now just got
Just,
chunked
yeah,
a little bit.
he just took a big hit. I was just looking at that.
Had to have been from the Ohio, as he responds in kind.
Shimakaze on Shimakaze action here on the one line.
Oh, but
They 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 spot each other as Drewby smokes, trying to break contact there. He does bait Watchin into firing his guns.
hmm.
That's going to leave Watchin a little vulnerable to get return fire from Squishy.
Now there's the smoke, but as you can see, Philip has radar advantage for just a second or two. Drewby now going dark, so that radar has been kind of wasted, aside from that
He
one
got
salvo there.
he got some more damage out of it. It wasn't totally wasted, but yeah,
Correct.
not as much as you might have liked. But at this level of play,
Yeah.
you kind of have to expect that you're not going to get a full duration radar on a destroyer. They have to
Yes.
really screw up for that to happen.
And this is what you're going to have in this competitive. We talked about before, King of the Sea being the most competitive of events, and it's because you bring these top players that, generally speaking, know when they can afford to take some damage and when they cannot afford to take some damage.
Onosi's daring now onto the bottom end of B. That's going to allow KAG. They own C. If they can flip B, that'll allow them to start closing the gap. 5 minutes in, they're only about 40 points behind. Still a very tight game.
Yeah.
Colon's Marceau has turned around. He'd left the cap, which was kind of expected. I'm
Hmm.
also wondering if Balame's radar. And you know what? I think Balame already used his radar. That's why.
So
That's why he's trying this play.
Balame used his radar when he took that big hit. He wanted to figure out what was spotting him if he could catch it, and I don't think he caught the daring. I think Onoshi was just a little bit outside of that radar range.
Yep. So at the moment, BLOF has pushed off all the caps. They're off a
Hmm.
B, they're off a C. Both those belong to KAG. KAG is capping A right now. And I think even if, yep, here comes the Marceau versus
Yep.
daring fight, kind of right here in the middle of the board. And Onosi probably will just smoke and break contact. I doubt he'll even bother returning fire. Mostly it was
He's
about baiting the Marceau and back in the middle of the board, which he's done.
Yep, he's chosen not to smoke at all, which is very interesting because, frankly, the daring has oh, Des Moines just took some torps. He's got a ton of smokes, and they're short, duration, so they'll be up again pretty soon.
Indeed. Looks like he's going
So,
to take one little shot for the reset, which he does get. Gets a
yep,
little bit of a reset there.
yep. So
There
Kohaku took
comes
some looks like Holland torpedoes, so not too catastrophic, I suppose.
only a minute has gone by since there was only one cap on the board for KAG, but since then they picked up B, they picked up A, they're losing
Oh
B, but they've
no.
now taken the
No, no,
lead.
no, no, no. Look at Barrera at A. He's beached sideways, spotted. He's got no smoke because he made Inky earlier. This is going to probably be the first kill for KAG.
BLOF Shimakaze with a critical error here. See if he can salvage his ship. Doesn't look
Nope.
good.
Nope,
Nope.
nope, 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 nope.
Not gonna happen. Critical error there cost BLOF their first ship, first blood here going to KAG. That's going to increase KAG's lead here out to over 200 points with about, well, we're only about 6.5 minutes into the game.
Radical Platypus doing a nice job of dodging those Shimakaze torps. I'm sure
Yeah, wasn't that pretty?
as soon as that Shimakaze was detected, I'm sure he knew they were coming for him.
I also like, we haven't spent a whole lot of time talking about the D flank, but I really like the way KAG is set up over here, right? You've got
Mm,
the Ragnar radar kind of backing up the Holland really doing the lion's share of the work in the cap.
mm-hmm,
Shigure versus Jaybird here across the C cap. Now the C cap is contested,
mm-hmm.
but the Shikishima position, I mean, Wortham's taken a big chunk of damage, but he's still relevant and impactful here.
Yeah, worth him?
Yeah, I mean, his guns are looking left. He's looking for a shot kind of possibly on the Ohio or the Moskva. He's actually one of his turrets is disabled. Okay, was off kilter there for a minute. Thought he
Hmm.
might have lost it, but he didn't.
Now look at Onoshi Tosk coming in with the daring.
Yes. Yes. Look at this.
Very brazen play
Daring
as Balame
it
took some
is.
more hits.
But I love this Zap because the Daring is one of the few destroyers that I feel like can play these little games with the Marceau and get away with it because of his heal. Right?
Yeah,
He can get in these as long as he's willing to accept the occasional gunfight, take a little damage, get some cover, get back, pop a smoke, heal it up. He can play these little games with the Marceau. And they're
but
putting KAG is putting a ton of pressure on BLOF right now.
true, but I think this is a bit of a misplay by Onoshi because as soon as he went into B cap, he popped the smoke, and then Balame's radar came in from the Stalingrad that kept him lit. And I think he made a big mistake by opening up there because don't forget there's that 6 second delay before everybody else on the team sees what you are detecting on your radar. So
Right.
what Onoshi did was he started just shooting his guns at the Marceau right away. That enabled Terminator secondaries to go off on him, and I think he might have got a primary shot on him as well. That allowed Kotori's Marceau to start shooting him too. I think that
Yep.
might have been a slight misplay there. He lost a lot of health for that board positioning.
Kotori's coming back, somehow spotting Drewby's Shimakaze? How was that happening? He took a shot right at him. How can they see Drewby?
He probably shot his guns.
Might be the
Moskva radar.
Moskva radar from the one line. Yep, that's
Yep,
what it
he's
is.
radared. He's radaring.
Drewby's a little pinned here.
Oh,
He's got
talk
the
about
Moskva crawling up his stern.
Supreme Ultimate Breaking as Philip just hits the
Indeed.
S key 4 times. Probably more
Yep,
than four
Philip
times.
dodges all of those torpedoes. Drewby trying to salvage his ship here. Looks
He'll
like
be
he's going
fine.
to manage it with about 8,000 health left.
Balame, though. Balame 5K.
Yep. Looks like KAG might finally claim their first kill. They've had solid map control the whole game, even though they're only up a single ship.
Alame detected. Clearly the focus target for KAG.
Yeah, they know they can get him here. He's down to 5,000 HP. He's taking a ton of damage over the course of the game, and there it is.
Goes.
Single Holland Torp puts KAG up 2 ships here, and now BLOF just tons of pressure now, 500 points down as we approach the halfway mark of the game.
Not only
They've
that,
really got to make a move here.
they've got no cap control whatsoever. They've got Shigure Cheers
Yeah,
trying desperately to C-cap and hold it, or at least prevent the point gain, but Blix for Prime just hits his I win button. There it is.
yeah. Shigure's been doing brilliant work over here most of the game, but he and Jaybird, the KAG position over here has been just very, very good, keeping them at least keeping the C cap contested.
That's correct.
But if BLOF is going to win this game, it's not going to come on the back of Caps. They need kills, and they're not getting them. They just lose another ship. They finally do bag Druby Shimakaze. Points they desperately need, but they need more. They need
Yep.
to start taking some of these KAG ships off the board, and I don't see it coming anytime
I
soon.
don't either. I don't either. It's a trade. And the unfortunate thing is at this point in the battle, a trade isn't good enough. And Scatman Magic, I'm a Scatman, is he's now the focus target in the Yamato. And I'm just thinking of that song as he's trying to dodge all of these incoming shells and no dice.
No, you don't. Look, you don't dodge shells in a Yamato, sir.
That's kind of the point I'm trying to make.
I know, right? Just like that, KAG, there we go, another kill. They're seconds from victory. All the Caps, 4-ship lead. There it is. That's the game. Solid win from KAG there, guys.
And I got
Hold
my
to
death
hold,
pick.
basically. That's right. Just leading the game. They took advantage of an early BLOF mistake to really capitalize at the A cap, and then are able to parlay that into an even just kind of steamroll that into a bigger win. They look really good today, Zath.
Oh, they look fantastic. Yes, great job to KAG. I'm gonna quickly see. We're supposed to start at 40, so we have 7 minutes, so we're good.
Okay. Yeah, we should be good. Yeah, we're fine. Relax, relax. We've got this. We've got this. Well played to both teams, but yeah, that's right. Well played to both teams, but KAG comes out the winner. So GG to them. And I think Zath, is that their third win? I better go look. I think it is. It is, Zath.
Oh yeah.
Should be their third win. In fact, that game, both of those teams were 2-0 coming into that game, Zath. So KAG was 2-0, BLOF was 2-0. KAG gets the win. That's their third win. That should all but guarantee them a spot in the next stage of the tournament. BLOF's still looking for that elusive third win. They're going to have to go back to the drawing board. They're going to be squaring off against ICOP next round, and we'll have to see if they can scrape out that third win and get on to the day two or technically day 3 themselves.
Right. Now, that's a good point, and I mean, I hope that helps to illustrate the feeling of tenseness. I don't know about you, but I could feel like both teams were like they were being very careful with their initial positioning. They were being very careful with opening up with their guns and very careful about, essentially exposing themselves to taking more damage. So you can kind of see why both teams wanted that win desperately so they could win and move on. The important thing is, like you said, they've guaranteed now, right? KAG is guaranteed most likely their position in tomorrow, or not tomorrow, next weekend, which means
next weekend, right?
They can relax. They can let out the steam. They can do meme comps. They can do silly things. They can just keep playing. They can try stuff, whatever they want to do. And Raptor, you and I know from Supremacy League what that feels like as a player to know we're good. We're good.
Yes.
We'll keep playing. We're gonna keep being, whatever. But like, it's okay if we lose. It's a very important feeling to have. Most important feeling, I'd say, in any tournament.
If it were me, I'd still want that 4th win before I basically said, all right, guys, it's game 5. We've got 4 wins.
Yeah.
Everybody go pick a Marceau and let's go play. Like something, something along that line, something that silliness. At the same time, because I don't believe that seed spot matters. It might matter. It might matter. It might.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
We're going to be looking at this tomorrow, right? You and I will be doing some of this tomorrow at the end of the stream on Sunday. Waiting for the kind of the group seating things to come about, and we'll ask that question then. So let's talk real briefly then, while we've got a break in between games, about tomorrow. Today and tomorrow, guys, as we mentioned at the top of the stream, is the same thing. There were 96 teams signed up for King of the Sea that were not the 8 seeded teams. 48 play today, 48 more play tomorrow. It's essentially the same stage of the event. The
Mm,
organizers simply broke it up over 2 days to give themselves more tools, more resources to manage and herd all the kittens. Believe me, having done it, I appreciate it. I know.
yes.
Okay. At the end of tomorrow, all 96 teams will have played. And at that point, it'll be time to figure out who is moving on to day 3. And while that is going on, right? While after they're going to be able to spend this evening after day 1 doing the calculations, double checking everything.
Hmm.
At the end of day 2 tomorrow, when all five rounds have been played, they're going to spend a little time looking at things and running numbers and stuff. While that happens, Zav, there will
Hmm.
be a showcase match, a show match between the streamers and the referees. They're going to go play a game in this training room and
Yep.
just goof off, provide a
Yep.
little bit of entertainment while the admins work their mathematical magic. And then at the end of that, they're going to announce the groups for the following weekend for
Right.
Saturday, the 16th of October, 1 week from today.
Right. So make a mental note to stick around
Hmm.
tomorrow after the end, and that's going to be huge because it's also going to help us get an idea of what to expect moving forward. Today, at the end of this stream, I'm planning on, depending on timing, I'm probably going to do some replay analysis for a little bit just to have some fun. So big thanks to the wife for allowing this extra delay before we start doing dinner. But while we have tomorrow's groups up for all of you to see, let's talk about what you will be able to see right here on these channels, Lord Zath and Sea Raptors channels on Twitch. We're going to start the day off with Group 9, covering AOD versus Snarf. And then
Hmm.
we move to Group 14 with Treta versus Wonderland. And then Game 3 is Group 13 with Salt versus FFG. Game 4 is going to be Group 12, Fail versus Salvo. Game 5 is going to be Group 11, QCN versus BOMBL. Game 6 is going to be Group 10, that's F4E versus Da Bears. And
Your team.
games that's right. And then Game 7 is going to be Group 15, Salsa versus A Ship. So that's our lineup for tomorrow. That's our plan. A Ship I specifically picked because in one of my previous Zath chats about clan battles, I talked about murking for clans. And not the most recent season, but the previous season, I actually murked with them for a night. Had a lot of fun hanging out with Trio Death and the other members of A Ship. And so I kind of felt like it'd be kind of fun to cast one of their battles. And
Indeed.
they are super excited.
Indeed. When you're ready, Zath, the room is
Hmm.
up for our next game. So come on over.
Did you not see me
Your
already in the
host.
spectator slot?
Oh, look at that. You're already there. I'm. It's day 1, guys. Can you tell it's day 1? It's day 1. Okay. Anyways.
Have a drink on me, Raptor.
Oh my God. Apparently I should be the one with the dirty water this weekend. Madre de Dios.
Hey man, it's all good. I was gonna say something to you, but at the time we still didn't have enough people in the training room, so I figured we got a couple minutes to keep jabbing, talking head stuff, whatever.
Yep. No worries. I do trust you to keep me on my toes for these things because sometimes I get, you know me, I like to flap my gums. And so
Mm,
sometimes I spend a little too much time flapping and not enough time paying attention to not holding up teams. And
mm-hmm.
so yeah. Anyways, we're here now. We're all in the right place. All's good. All's
That's
good.
right. Are you willing to flap your gums for just a couple of minutes?
I suppose I can find something to talk
What,
about. Yeah, we
what,
can
one
probably
of
make something work.
one of my viewers redeemed Pet Stevie, and so they want me to pet him on the
Oh,
camera here. So I'm gonna
okay.
dip down
All right.
and give him some love.
Okay. All right. Excellent. You do that.
I will.
Well, guys, as we're headed to Game 5 now. That's going to be TNG versus Star on Islands of Ice. Game 5 for the day. This is not Game 5 for the teams. I believe it's their Game 4. Let me double check. I believe this is their 4th game of the day. Yes, yeah. It's the 5th game on our schedule. This is only Game 4 in Group 3. Let's see. Where are these teams right now? They are... Let's see. We're in Group 4? Group 3. Group 3. Let's have a look at Group 3. Group 3, TNG and Star, both are 3-0, already coming into this. So we're looking at two teams that, both of these teams coming into this round, not with no losses. One of that's going to change for somebody here in a minute, and then both of them more than likely already having qualified for next weekend. So congrats to both of them. They should be moving on, but I believe I'm not positive, but I still think that the seed order will matter a little bit in terms of how the pairings are done for next weekend. So you obviously, in my opinion, you obviously want to play to the maximum potential that you've got. If nothing else, seeing these maps for the first time in this event, particularly Hotspot, which is a brand new configuration, is a deal that teams should be interested in trying to play games. You know, just getting reps under your belt. There's
Absolutely.
a totally different feel between, oh, we've been practicing and scrimming, between, oh, this is an actual live event versus a team that wants us dead. You know, so it does make a difference. Live play, totally a bigger deal.
Absolutely.
All right, so I think the last TNG player has just joined the room. Star is here. They are ready. I believe we're going to be moving on to the game very, very shortly. So
And
that'll be good.
if you are maybe a native Portuguese speaker, I believe this is also being cast by one of our Portuguese casters, Hungria15. I see is in here as well.
That is correct. So if you're interested in watching this, watching Star broadcast in their native language, or what I presume for many of them at least is their native language, given the clan name, go check out Hungria15. He's got a channel. In fact, do we have a link? Let me find a link to his channel. Do I have a link to his channel handy?
I believe it's just twitch.tv/Hungria, so HUNGRIA15.
Okay, there you go. So if you want to practice your Portuguese, that's the way to do it, guys. Go give that a shot.
Yes.
There is nothing.
Nothing.
No, I'm reading my chat. They're complaining.
Oh no, what's the matter?
Well, because you and I will run ads during King of the Sea so that when people join during a game, they don't have to wait for an ad roll. He's complaining because he has to watch ads.
Oh crap, we haven't been doing that. Should we
I just
do one?
did it here.
Okay.
I just did one here.
I've been forgetting to run ads. I apologize,
It's no
guys,
big
for
deal.
those of you coming in and seeing that. Oh no.
So instead of typing it out, I'll just tell White Coat Clubber that for about 3 different Kings of the Sea now, Zath and I will run ads manually during breaks when there's nothing to be doing but listening to us talk, so
Yeah.
that when people join while the game is going on, they don't have to do that.
Right.
You see, when we manually run ads, when you join the stream, you don't get the ad roll.
Yep.
So
That's called pre-roll, guys, and that's what we're trying to build up for you.
So trust us, there's a reason for the way we do things. We've been doing this a little while, okay?
Yes. And I really do
And again,
apologize if any of you guys were stuck watching those ads coming in.
Just remember, guys, when the game's going on, if you have to watch an ad while there's no game, you're not missing anything.
Correct.
Okay? If I run an ad during the game, and yes, I have made this mistake before accidentally,
Me too.
then you can complain, and then I will apologize.
Yep. I've done that too. It sucks, guys. We aren't doing that on purpose. I mean, we get, you know, a little bit of revenue from ads, but that's not the reason why we're doing this. We're doing this so that your experience as a viewer is better, plain and simple. All right. So
Twitch is going to put ads on the stream whether I want to or not. This way I can control the fact that you guys aren't seeing them when a game is on. Period. End of discussion. So there you go. C'est la vie. All right, it looks like everybody's here. Everybody's ready. They're waiting to see if Hungria is ready. I think just double checking. They haven't heard, so they're just waiting to see. And if they don't hear, they're just going to go anyway. All right, so we've got, we're going to play this game. We've got a couple more still to go, guys. So stay with us. We've got at least another, probably another good hour and a half of good King of the Sea action for you. So don't want to miss out.
don't delay. That's right.
You know, I told my wife I'd be done. It would be 2 to 6. It's not going to be this. It's going to be 2 to 5. It's going to be only around a 3-hour stream, maybe a little 3. Yeah. So I'm an hour off. I'm mixing my Eastern and Central times today.
Which is why I'm gonna go ahead and do replays for about an hour, because I normally stop around 6. Might as well. And then of course tomorrow we got the little show match, and then possibly some jibber jabber going on afterwards.
Yeah,
as well.
I gotta talk to an Italian and see if he wants to do what we did. You know, like we did with the live poll for the groups, like we did on the main Warships stream the other day. He had at one point there had been talk about trying to do that on my stream or your stream at the end of Sunday. So I'll ping him tonight after we're done with all this and see if he wants to fool with it. But anyways, guys, here we go into the next game. Let's get to this.